Good afternoon, everyone. I've come very early, straight after the kickoff. There wasn't much to miss towards the end anyway, so let's let the chat build up. Let's wait for the chat to build up, but obviously it's finished disappointingly, but not surprisingly. Disappointingly, but not surprisingly, Crystal Palace 5. You heard that right, and we've all been fans of West Ham for how many years, and how many times have we had to say that? Crystal Palace 5, West Ham United 2. Muppet Moyes show carries on, and he's going to leave us with wonderful memories. Moyes is not going to go away in a quiet way through the back door. He's going to be entertaining. It's going to be a wonderful great end to the David Moyes era. He's going to leave us behind with many memories. This game, I'm hoping I can record it and watch it over and over again once David Moyes is gone. If I ever miss David Moyes, I can always put this DVD on of this game and watch the wonderful way he played, the wonderful squad he got, the 9-10 transfer windows where he didn't even buy anyone, didn't want anyone. It's an absolute joke. So make sure, all you guys in the chat, make sure you can get hold of the highlights of this video. So when David Moyes is gone and you miss him and you get emotional, you start crying, get your tissues out, you can watch this DVD. Yeah? You can watch it. Tell the kids to, here's your packet sweet small teasers, Friday evening. We're not going to cinema, we're going to watch one of David Moyes' masterclasses, right? So it's pathetic. It's sad. It's embarrassing. It's repetitive. Again, well done to the fans who go and watch this shit. I applaud you. Well done to the fans who go and catch trains, get up really early on their days off and go and watch that trash, mate. You know, we're amateurs in the chat. I'm an amateur running a West Ham channel. What do I know? What do I know about the transfer windows or buying no one? A squad of... I don't even call it a squad of 13. It's a squad of 12, not even that. The players have just had enough. Tools down. They're tired. Ineffective. Oggy, God bless Oggy, like 33, 34, 35. He can't even run. He can't even walk, can he? The Crystal Palace players were just running past our players as they didn't even exist. It was not even competitive. It was embarrassing. You remember the non-league teams used to play FA Cup third round against the Premier League. That was more of a matchup than today. And this is Crystal Palace. With respect, this is Crystal Palace. So well done, Crystal Palace. You've got a great manager there. I can see this is a much different Crystal Palace to the one in previous years over the kind of cautious managers like Roy Hodgson, really. So certainly the manager today, he's got good pedigree. I think he's done well with Eintracht Frankfurt. You've got players like Elise Eze who could walk into any other team. So well done for you. It's one of the few grounds left which is historic, old school, great atmosphere, and yeah, good for you. I know you guys don't really have that much to shout about, but enjoy today. It's West Ham, it's the Giving Club, it's Christmas, it's David Moyes, it's Mr. Sullivan, it's the wonderful transfer window. And yeah, anyone who wants 3 points, come and play West Ham. We'll give you 5, 6, 7. We're just going to walk around like statues. But do I blame the players? No, I'm just fed up with David Moyes. Fed up with him, and he's certainly not going to go quietly. Muppet Moyes is leaving behind memories, everyone. Wonderful memories, you know. Fucking hell. Leverkusen first leg. That's going to be another DVD I hope to pull out the library. Make sure I record it, look after it. And every time I get melancholy and get emotional about David Moyes and what a great job he done. You know, Andy Townsend, TalkSport, Stuart Pearce, Sam Allardyce. What's the West Ham way? This is the West Ham way today. How dare we want... We'll have a look at the league. We're probably still 7th or 8th. It's such a shit league. Are we still 7th or 8th? What more? What's Andy Townsend, the last one? What more do we want? What more do we want? This is the West Ham. This is the only thing we're good enough for. This. How dare we ask for anything more? Well done to David Moyes. Get a statue outside, mate. Absolutely brilliant, mate. Absolute shit show, mate. Gary's more than a joke. Jokes make you laugh, mate, don't they? This is worse than a joke. It's a nightmare, mate. It's a nightmare. But I hope you're doing good, mate. But isn't he leaving wonderful memories, Richie? He's just giving you tasters of, don't forget me when I'm gone, my darlings. Don't forget when I'm gone. This is wonderful, me. Bloody hell. 5-0 at Fulham. 5-2 Crystal Palace. Even gave Sheffield United a point. Even gave Burnley a point. Even gave Everton a point when you're winning. It goes on and on and on. Bristol City. Who remembers Bristol City bullying our team into the ground, going around punching our players, and the transfer window had just opened and we still didn't fix it? No, we don't need anyone. It's fine. It's fine. We've beaten Man United in December, beat Tottenham in December, beat Arsenal in December with 10% possession. Master plan. Why do I need anything? Walking around with a chip on his shoulder. It's Mr. Moyes, isn't he? He knows the best. He's a winner. Moyes masterclass. Who the hell are we? Listen to TalkSport. Listen to Andy Townsend, Piercy, Sam laughing about the West Ham way. West Ham Academy. Ha ha ha. What the hell is it? There you go. There you go, mate. Matt Moyes out, mate. It can't come any sooner, can it? Can't come any sooner, mate. Bloody, I don't know what that was, Alexander. I think we were just, you know, when you go on a stag, you know, you get up 3-4 in the afternoon. I reckon we could have played better than that, mate. That was like Oggy. I mean, again, it's so bad of us having Oggy, Creswell. They should be nowhere near the West Ham team. It's embarrassing. I'm surprised Cornet got some time. He nearly scored, but seriously, it's absolutely really embarrassing. Listen, I don't watch his press conferences anymore, Mick. Mick, they're depressing, mate. You know, he'll probably remind us that we've been to 3 European finals, and how dare we even think about anything else? You know, that we've had it good. What more do West Ham fans want? Do you know, that kind of thing? We're reminded every single day that this is our level, so enjoy it. Be lucky it wasn't 10-2. Under David Moyes, it's a great, and it's 5-2. So how dare we even think of that, really? It's going nuts in the chat, you naughty people. I'm going to get my third rum and coke. Again, Wazim, jokes are funny, clowns are funny. This wasn't funny. I hope you're doing good, mate. I can't explain what kind of word will describe David Moyes, and a lot of W words, a lot of B words come to mind, mate. Was it really this bad under Avram Grant, everyone? Was it really that bad towards Pellegrini, everyone? Was it? I don't know, mate. This has got to be one of the most hated managers in Hammer history, and he won a trophy. It's ironic, isn't it? One of the most hated managers at West Ham with a vengeance. Even Sam, we used to laugh at him, hippo head. Even we used to laugh at him. This is getting nasty. Someone's going to run on a pitch and strangle him, I'm telling you. Allied Irons, hope you're doing good, mate. Listen, they don't know the meaning of being proactive, mate. They're just going to let the contract run and run and run, mate. It's just what it is. And who's going to pay for it? It's the fans who pay the money. The fans who went to kind of the Leverkusen first leg and saw one shot, one corner, mate. You imagine what they went all that way to watch one shot on goal and one corner. But how dare we ask for any more? How dare we ask for anything more? And you obviously saw that they played the right way in the first half against Leverkusen in the second leg, but they weren't used to it. Then they can't even walk now. They've got splinters. They're not used to attacking like that, mate. Absolute joke, mate. Flammers in the house. He's leaving memories, though, mate. He's leaving with fireworks. He's leaving you with fireworks, mate. We've got Liverpool to play yet. We've got Man City to play yet. We've got Chelsea to play yet. Luton will probably beat us, mate, at this rate. Matt, it's embarrassing, mate. We'll see, because we're still a bit wary. We've got no trust in the board, have we, mate? So let's see what they come up with, mate. It is bad, mate. Again, listen, you remember I cut the grass last week, right, in the second half? I was doing the gardening before the game started and I rushed back. I wish second half I went out there again, mate. Seriously, absolute waste of a time for everyone. It's really bad. It's really bad. I mean, you look at... Let me just put the team on a minute. Liverpool have just scored, by the way. So if I look at the league table, everyone... Let me share the screen with you naughty people. Let me just have a look at the league table and see what it's saying. See. Let's have a look. Okay, let me just put the league table on. Live standings. Hope you can see that. Let's have a look. Hang on. Can't see it, can you? What the hell's going on here? Let me just hide that one for a minute. I don't know what's going on. But anyway... What the live standings are telling me, everyone, that we are 8th now. Play 2 more games of Man United, 2 points behind. So forget 7th, everyone. I say we finish about 10th, 11th. Chelsea, 3 games in hand, 1 point behind everyone. So that's 9th. Oh my God. So Brighton are 4 points behind with 2 games in hand. 10th and 11th we're looking at, everyone. That amount of money the board have given David Moyes, and we're looking at 10th or 11th, everyone. Fucking embarrassing. Was it 14th last season, wasn't it? And this is what we deserve, TalkSport. Absolutely, mate. They were moving it around a little bright, didn't they? A couple of their players would go into any team, mate. It's that, Colin, it's that lucky December, mate, isn't it? It's that very, very lucky December we had, mate. And if we didn't have that lucky December, then looking at the table, mate, we'll probably be looking at probably below Wolves, wouldn't we, mate? Yeah, we'll be looking about 12th, like Bournemouth. I mean, we're competing with teams like Wolves, Fulham, Bournemouth, Palace, Brentford, mate. And they've got a fraction of the spending power, well, spending money that we've had, really. And all that money spent, and if you look at the teams who've spent the most money, we're up there. All that money spent, and we've got a squad of 12. We've got a squad of 12. Oggy, have a look at the defence that finished on Thursday night and today. Fabianski's age, Emerson's age, Kafal's age, Zuma's age, Oggy's age. After 3-4 years in charge, 8-9 transfer windows, that's our back five, and that's our bench, and that's our squad. That's kind of the mark David Moyes is going to leave on West Ham, and this is what we deserve, apparently. It's, Mick, I would never imagine Crystal Palace getting 5 past us, mate. Very, very surprised, mate. Very, very surprised. CF play. I reckon this has got to be worse than Avram Grant, because at least Avram Grant, we knew he used to go to all these strip joints, didn't he? Leicester Square, 3 in the morning. God bless him. And he bought Hitzberger. I think he bought Winston Reid was there when he came, and 1 or 2 other players. Bar came in, was he there? So we still had 1 or 2 things. Scotty Parker was there. This is getting nasty. This is getting hurtful. This is getting bad. He's going to leave on such bad terms. I told you, if I ever saw him after he leaves West Ham, I wouldn't talk to him, mate. It's really bad of me saying that. I wouldn't talk to him, because usually you say thank you for managing us, all that kind of thing. I will never talk to him. I crossed the road, mate. I want nothing to do with him. You can fuck off, mate. Piss off. Did he ever get West Ham member of my show? Did David Moyes ever understand West Ham? Did he ever become West Ham? Did he ever become one of us? No. There's another one. You can go on the same bus as Stuart Pearson, Big Sam. Bilic, he was one of us. Alan Pardew, I think he's all right. Right? But these people like Avram Grant and David Moyes and never got the club. Never got the club. All the time, mate. All the time. He can't defend him. Well, I think the media will be. The media will be every time. I think Andy Townsend is the latest one who's come out, and I don't want to click on him. He's like, 8th is what West Ham are. This is about our level, apparently, everyone. Brilliant, isn't it? Absolutely brilliant. That's all right, mate. It's all right, mate. Sun's out. You got to think about outside West Ham sometimes. It's sad, isn't it? 3 season tickets I had. My son goes. I go once a month, mate. Even then, I had a ticket for Thursday. Didn't even go. I felt bad about it, as you know, mate. It's just put me off, mate. It's absolutely put me off. Cosmos, hope you're doing good, mate. Well, just to let you know, there were 2 more goals, mate. And then the second goal wasn't even our goal, mate. We had nothing to do with it. I think Crystal Palace felt bad and they scored for us. So just to let you know that second goal is between their defender and their goalkeeper. Nothing to do with us, mate. That's funny, isn't it? That's funny, mate. I'm surprised, Alexander, about Tony, because I love Tony. I've spoken to him a number of times at the ground. A lot of time for Tony. Should be out there on Sky Sports and TNT. He's a very knowledgeable, very well spoken, wonderful commentator. I think he's pretty honest. I am surprised he said that, because Tony normally says that he understands fans want to play a better way, and so I'm very surprised by that, mate. Tommy, how can it get any worse? What can I wish for? How can it get any worse than this? No, Gary, nothing's gonna happen, man. Nothing's gonna happen. Oh, mate, it is laugh. You gotta laugh. It gets that mad. You gotta laugh, mate. You gotta laugh, mate. Yeah, I mean, I thought he was a right one to come in because people like him and Sam, there is a need for them. There is a situation where they're quite good, which is yeah, you about to go down, you're struggling, so very very good. But you got to be proactive with the board where you use these people for 2 seasons and you spit them out. Just get rid of them. Thank you very much. You manage West Ham. We're doing you a favour. One of the biggest clubs in the world, not the other way around. We don't owe anyone a favour. You thank you. We gave you a job when you didn't have one, but you've helped us, and hopefully you did well for us. You can go and get another job. It should be ruthless, mate. You don't keep them for that long, mate. How many managers are Chelsea to sack winning after the league? What about the Leicester situation? Ranieri, he won the league, he got the sack the next season because they didn't match up to what happened. If Ranieri was West Ham, we won the league. Perhaps rightly so in a lot of ways. He would have obviously had a statue. We would have kept in fucking 10 years. That's just the way it is. He's alright, Tony. I've got a soft spot for Tony. Yep, definitely, mate. Been in definitely, mate. Even if you wanted to do something different, like Mubama didn't even get on the bench. None of the youngsters got on the bench, right? And there's nothing different we can do. We've got a squad of 12. It's not even a squad. It's just 11, 12 players out there. Pam, the usually cool Pam, the down-to-earth Pam, the sensible Pam has flipped as well. Isn't it, Pam? It's getting the worst out of everyone, isn't it? It's making people swear, people angry. Summer's round the corner, Pam. I'm sure you got a nice chilled glass of spritzer, dare I say, with nice pasta dish there or something like that. Packet crisp, looking into the garden, and it upsets everyone. But it's not going to get to me anymore. It's not. It's not. I'm just going to say it the way it is. Then as soon as the show finishes, I'm going to do something nice with my Sunday and not think about Mr. Moisey. Yeah, about as far as, was it 14th last season, 12th this season, and was it £200-300 million spent, mate? Bloody joke, isn't it? Yeah, he's alright, isn't he? Zola didn't have any money, did he? Zola didn't have any money, God bless him. Glenn Roeder. Yeah, Glenn Roeder, no, not good enough. I think at that time they spoke to McLeish and McLaren back then, mate, Jerry. But obviously, Glenn Roeder, God bless him, not with us anymore. So, yeah, I'm not going to say anything about him. But I just felt he was a bit out of his depth, Glenn. What would have made a wonderful number 2, a wonderful coach. The players have nice things to say about him. He brought David James in, didn't he? Glenn Roeder brought David James in. He brought Repka in. De Canio gave him a bad time. De Canio really gave Glenn Roeder a hard time. Glenn didn't know how to handle him. Harry did. It's one of Harry's points. So, yeah. Rest in peace, Glenn. Yeah, just try not to listen to it. I mean, obviously, when a show comes out like the Stuart Pearce Big Sound one, I had to watch it. But it is what it is. If I go through the team, everyone, because I don't like doing player ratings. Fulham have scored. It's 1-1. Fulham have scored. So if I look at the lineups, Fabianski, again, with respect, he always does a professional job. But one of the goals, if you remember, his worst point, a bit like Areola, obviously Fabianski's worst, he doesn't come off his line. Fabianski doesn't come off his line. It causes uncertainty, nervousness between the defender and the goalkeeper. Defenders thinking, bloody hell, Fab, it's near your feet. You're going to come out? What? He didn't come out. And obviously a mix-up again, and they scored. But I'm always ambitious for my football club, as you know. And when you reach a certain age, 32, 33, you should be nowhere near my club. I'm ruthless. That's the way I think. If you're ambitious, you're heading in the right direction. You've been in the Premier League 10, 11, 12 years. 60,000 stadium. Good amount of money you've been spending. There should not be these people, these old players around the pitch. You know, Zuma's there. Zuma's struggling physically. Don't really have any pace in the back four. Oggy struggled, embarrassing. Emerson. See, Emerson's one of these. He's never going to have a season like this season, you know. He's 31, 30. done well, but I doubt if he'd be able to be that good in his 30, 31, 32 days next season, really. Kufal probably be on his way. I don't think we're going to give him another 2-year contract, 3 years. We'll see what happens. Alvarez, yeah, a lot of problems with his discipline, I'm afraid. That's become quite worrying for me. I think he need a good coach to sort him out. He's a great attribute, wonderful player. He just needs to be disciplined a bit more. It's not his fault. It's the back four are so bad. He doesn't know what to do. Shall I become a CDM and then look forward, or shall I worry, keep looking back? I know CDMs do look after the defence, but it's so bad at the back. He often finds himself quite deep and next to the centre-backs when he should be further up the field. This is the problem with Alvarez, and there's a good, he needs a good coach to bring some good things to his game, I think. But overall, good signing. Souček is like Marmite. You love him or you don't. I'll leave it to the rest of you guys. Kudos has looked very, very off it since January, everyone. I know there's a wonderful player in there. He just needs a certain type of attacking, talented manager to bring him on and keep him interested, give him a license to run with the ball, thrill with the ball, that kind of thing. This manager isn't one for attacking skillful players, as we've seen with people like Ben Rama and one or two others that have left. So Kudos is a bit like us, he's a bit lost. Ward-Prowse will always be a good squad player, but again, for me, he shouldn't be starting more games than not. But wonderful player to have in and around the squad. But whether I would have spent 32, 33 million pounds on a 29, 30-year-old, I'm not sure. But if you can afford it, he's a good player to have in and around the ground and the company and the club. Sorry, Paqueta, I don't think he's interested anymore. I've accepted he's going to go, and I'm happy about it. I'm fine. I'll be upset if Kudos or Bowen went. Then I'll be really jumping up and down. Paqueta, it's fine. 85 million. Let's give it to the new manager. 50, 60 million. The board must put 60 million minimum out their own pockets, because as far as I know, the summer expenditure was all Rice's money. So there's got to be 60 million minimum in there from the board to add to the 85. That'll give us 145, 150, right? We need more than that, because there's a lot of problems there. A lot of problems. 150 is still going to be tight, but we've got to use Tim Steiten's special expertise and things like that. We need a virtually new back four. We need to replace Paqueta. We need 2 strikers to replace Antonio. Danny Ings will probably go. We might get some good money out of that. 150 grand wages. We need to get rid of that off the wage bill. So there's a lot of things we can do. A lot of things that we have good, but 150 million is still going to be a challenge to do things, but that's the bare minimum that we need to give to the new manager, really. Bowen, as you know, Bowen didn't play. Bowen was definitely not fit for Thursday, everyone, but because he's kind of a Viking, he's strong. A stupid manager made him play, he shouldn't have been playing. But even a 70% Bowen, you saw him on Thursday, but I knew he wasn't fit, and it just shows today, because Moyes don't give a shit. If you've got one leg, Moyes will play you down there. Every single game, Moyes will put you into the ground, dig you into the ground, kill you until you can't even walk. So that just shows you what a risk they took the club on Bowen on Thursday, and he was completely missing. Antonio scored. Should be just a sub for me, really, Antonio. I'll give him this much. I don't think he wants to play as a striker, and he's been forced to do a job. So I'll give him a thumbs up on that. But he shouldn't not be a striker for us anymore. If you want to stay another year on the bench and help out in one of the wing situations, that's fine. But apart from that, when he's forced to play as a striker, overall, don't look at the odd game when he scores. Have a look at the whole 2 years, and he's struggled a lot to finish things off, missed a lot of chances. He hasn't got the engine to press anymore, So there's a lot of things he can't do anymore, and we shouldn't be giving people like that new contracts and stuff like that, really. Let's see what's happening in the chat. Pam's in there, Pam. Stephen. Early Sunday snooze for Stephen. What is, they're still bad as each other. When you look at the money, Den Haag's kind of wasted on kind of Sancho, and he didn't really manage that other Dutch guy very well, Wandenbreek. Was it Wandenbreek? Yeah, he's gone missing. He was 50, 60, 70 million. Anthony, 80 million, 85 million. That's just top of my head. That's like 200 million. It's not good, mate. It's not good. And I thought he's this Dutch guy who plays really good football. Technical football, quick football, pressing, quick interactions, zippy Ajax football. He's totally shocked me. There must be a curse Man United, but he definitely needs to go, that bloke. Yeah, he is really good, isn't he, mate? Hope you're doing well, mate. Yeah, he looks bright, doesn't he? Billy's in the house, Billy. Yeah, mate. Yeah, but even mugs have got their use and a nice cup of tea, ain't they, mate? But yeah, you're right, Billy. It's just, I just recommend everyone watch this show, enjoy it, and just switch off. Enjoy your Sundays. Don't think about West Ham. Don't think about David Moyes, Sullivan. They're not worth it. You guys go into the garden, have a nice snack, have a nice glass of wine, or go out and you just enjoy your Sundays. West Ham at the moment are not worth it, mate. Well, Jamie, if you remember, I keep mentioning it, around Christmas time we were sixth with a 5-6 point gap over Man United, Newcastle, all these teams, Chelsea even more points ahead of them, mate. And all we needed was 2-3 players. Even I was laughing the other day, you know that guy Wood who plays up front? We just needed a Wood for the whole season. That's all we needed, and we would have got more points. Just if you can't find that 10 out of 10, which Moyes was never going to find in his whole life, just someone like Wood, who can stand up straight. He's big. He can run left, run right, hold it up, score the odd 1 in 3. Doesn't get injured a lot. That's all we needed, mate. As well as couple of other things, but he didn't want to buy anyone, and I am. There's no way that I would be in a situation where I'd say no to kind of Zaha. They said no to Zaha. They said no to Broja, even though he's got a few issues going on, and it just wasn't very proactive. And then no situation is worse now. If I couldn't get my fussy 10 out of 10 striker or left winger or defender to help about, I'll still go on loan and just get someone in for the end. Get bodies in, get some 3-4 bodies in, because we were in Europe at that time. Just get some bodies in. And he's an experienced manager who knows in the business end of the season, and he knows that if I don't buy enough players in January, I've lost the Champions League by 1 or 2 points in lockdown. I was lucky I won the conference because I lost to Brighton on that really bad run of form this time last year, and we lost out on the Europa automatic spot in the league, and we're lucky we got the conference, and he's done this again. We're not going to qualify for Europe for the league. This is the third time, top of my head, he's messed up the January window, and all the players have run out of gas. It's the third, fourth time he's done it at West Ham. He hasn't used the windows enough and doesn't know how to do it, and absolute joke, mate. James, sorry, missed your comment there, mate. Yeah. He's gone in the wilderness. Moyes has gone in the wilderness, but Moyes has got that cheeky wink on him. I'm going to leave you with some memories, mate. He's leaving you with some memories, everyone. That don't forget me, how much I loved you. Oh, I ain't looked into that, mate. I ain't looked into that. Sounds a lot of money, mate. A lot of money. Yeah, Arnie was a Doc's bollocks, wasn't he, mate? Arnie's finishing was good, and he's one of the few players that could carry West Ham up front, like Antonio in his youth a couple of years ago. Not many of them around, but he certainly had something about him where, he was a bit like Pie, wasn't he? Yeah. Let's see what happens, James. They're just a bit softy, aren't they? They just want to be nice to David Moyes and don't want to sack him. They want to shake his hand, and then Moyes will do a podcast in 2 years and be laughing with Sam on the table, like, West Ham, where the fuck the name? They'll be laughing, taking the piss, mate. Yeah, mate, yeah. Oh, mate. Yeah, Halliday's definitely a player there. Skamaka, definitely half a player there. Anderson, I loved Anderson. He just needed a bit of a coaching on the physical side of things, and I think he needed a better fullback than Cresswell behind you. Don't forget, you're playing on Cresswell's side, you're going to get done. Cresswell doesn't run. Cresswell's the only fullback for the last 4 years. Doesn't like tackling, doesn't overlap, doesn't cross, All he does is you give him the ball, he takes throw-ins, and he'll kick the odd long pass from the back. And he's got away with a murder, mate, Cressy. Listen, I know he had that bad injury and he had a good 4 or 5 years with us, but Cresswell's been stealing a living out West Ham last 4 or 5. I'm telling you, mate, you should be nowhere near our club. Vlasic, I don't know much about him. I didn't really like what I saw, mate. A lot of money down the drain. Fornals, he's a bit like Joe Cole. I just didn't know where he fits in the modern 4-2-3-1, 4-3-3. Didn't really know where Fornals would fit in. Benrahma, yeah, maybe we could have got a bit more out of him, but didn't really see him when he was a regular, mate. I didn't see him do that really well consistently over the 42 games in the league, so I'm not sure about him. But yeah, Moyes was the wrong player for Benrahma, wrong manager for Benrahma anyway. That's it, mate. That's it. Oh, mate, that was £125,000 a week for 4 years, wasn't it? Not good, was it? He can wait, mate. He can wait. Bit surprised how early to go on about that, isn't it? Start crying about season ticket renewals from March. It's well early. Yeah, that's it. Bolo Blazer told everyone, mate. I think it's a mishmash. That's why until Sullivan leaves the club, we're still always going to be in a roller coaster where I think a bit of it is true where Moyes definitely doesn't like to sign players. But the one or two that he does mention, I think Sullivan can't agree a price on it. So that's why we rarely sign players quickly at the beginning of the window. Because Sullivan wastes so much time agreeing a price that 50% of the window goes. And then he tells David, I tried. I can't do anything. But by the way, David, I've got a list of 3. Do you want them? And David's like, I don't want them. Then there's a week to go. And then Sullivan buys them anyway. I think a little bit of that's been happening. But we'll see. It'll be interesting how Tim Stein gets along with Sullivan. Because a new model is meant to be that Tim Stein is going to be the number one guy where he selects the manager. Perhaps the manager reports into the director of football. I don't know. So maybe Tim Stein will be the real mini Sullivan running it. But then I can't... Yeah, but I still think Sullivan's going to stick his 2 bobs worth in there. That's going to be the problem. And the manager that's going to have to attract is going to have to be a coach who's going to be provided with a set of players with a kind of Ajax model, young players you can sell for a profit in 3-4 years' time. So you're not going to get a strong manager that way. You're going to get a yes man. That might be the problem. You might get a yes man who's a good coach, but he's got no real say in who he wants. Tactics, I don't know if someone's going to stick their nose in that either. So I don't know, mate. I think until Sullivan's gone, we're going to have a problem. Always going to have a problem. Well, what I said, Melissa, last week was that I expected us to get about 3 points out of the remaining games, and that was 3 or 4 point today and 3 at Luton. I can't see anything in any of the games. I mean, apart from Luton last game of the season, we probably win that because they're so bad. It's probably relegated by then. But if Luton are not relegated coming into that game and they need to win, then that gets tricky in itself. But apart from that, I can't see us getting anything at Chelsea. Was it Liverpool, Man City? Yeah, I can't see anything in those games. Yep, probably, mate. Probably. He can. I think, Daniel, I think we've been fairly inconsistent and bad the whole season. It's just that freaky December where 10-15% possession and I agree with that Brighton result. I was in Scotland and we won 4-1, didn't we? And Brighton should have won, and it's weird, isn't it? How that kept happening. 10% possession, you're winning games, and the other team's having 40 shots, 20 on target, and what the hell's going on? Very, very weird. Very, very weird. And then if I was Moyes, I would have said, okay, looks like we kind of got away with it, but make sure that we build up the squad and we build on the momentum and luck we've got, and we really guarantee the European positions by league. But he didn't give a fuck. He didn't listen to anyone. He didn't give a shit. You're lucky Antonio's back from injury. He missed most of the match, didn't he? I think there's been another goal somewhere. What's happening now? Oh, nothing. What's happening in the FA Cup? Coventry. What the hell's happening here? Eh? Is it 3-3 or something? What's going on here? 3-3. Is that how bad Man United were 3-0 up and it's 3-3? 95th minute penalty. My God. Yeah, there's a lot of players out there that we should have signed, mate, or looked at, certainly. Lower leagues, whatever. I think the Championship is still a good league to look for. I mean, Bowen came from there. And, Ben Rama did as well, obviously. Ben Rama, yeah, future. We'll see what happens with Ben Rama. I don't know. New manager comes in. Is he going to... I don't know. We don't know. Yeah, because what I'm thinking is, mate, if I was the manager, obviously go for a good new striker up front, Bowen Kudus on the wings, a new number 10 in the middle like Maddison, and then a new CDM to replace Paqueta next to Alvarez as a starting point, and then try to get some young players at the back. See what happens. If Agerd goes, we'll get hopefully a little bit of money for him. Danny Ings goes, we get a little bit of money or some wages off. So this is money coming in on top of the 85 for Paqueta, 50, 60 the board are going to give. So if Danny Ings goes and then one or two others, can we push the transfer budget up to 170, 180 million? I don't know. Because we are one of the teams that is close to the financial fair play, but we're below it still. So Arsenal got problems, Newcastle got problems, Everton Forest, as you know, got problems. I think the team that's done really well and can spend a lot is Tottenham. They've become the number one club in London in terms of revenue. That stadium that they've obviously got is an amazing match day corporate revenue generator for them. So well done to Danny Levy for that. So they've got a bit of leeway and we've got a bit as well. And on top of that, I think Sullivan's looking for another Kretinsky investor to come in and put the money in because Sullivan don't want to do it. Sullivan doesn't want to sell either, and he doesn't want to put money in either. So he's just giving little percentage shareholding chunks away because I think David Gold's family don't want to be involved anymore like I thought they wouldn't. I think the daughter's going to put the shares up for sale. We'll see what happens. So that's kind of what's happening. That'll be even more money for West Ham. But the worry is when we do have money coming into the club, half of it goes another direction to repay the Gold Sullivan loans. It never goes into the transfer budget or improving the training ground, anything like that. We'll see what happens with that. Exactly. That's what I mean. I remember Conte did the two changes once, first half. Tottenham were losing 2-0. He done two subs and they won 3-2. But no. We did it, 86th minute? Absolutely embarrassing, mate. And don't forget against the Spurs match, we didn't have any subs to come on. Tottenham brought 4 or 5 people on, we had no one. It's so embarrassing, so embarrassing. Trini, where you been, man? How you doing, alright? Yeah, that was a Sullivan thing, you see, so it's a bit of Sullivan. Sullivan said you can't buy until we get rid of Felipe Anderson, wasn't it? So by that time, Eze had gone. And then there was just Ben Rama left on the shelf. So we do some weird things, man. Sullivan does stick his finger in there, mate. Yeah, we've come off the rails, my man. We've come off the rails. So if you look at the league form last 2 years, it's not good, is it? It's not good. It is a weird league as well. It is a weird league. I mean, if Man United, Chelsea were how they are per norm, Newcastle, if they didn't have those 10-11 injuries, there'd be even bigger gap between West Ham and these type of clubs. So we've not made it count. I mean, Villa have always been, similar to us in stature, size of the club, size of the budget. So have a look at what they're doing. They pulled a world-class manager out. That's an ambition of a club. We would never be able to get, Marie said no to West Ham in the past. But I love the ambition of Villa going for someone like that, and they're kind of reaping the rewards, really. Naughty boy. Yeah, the goalkeeper, the referee on Thursday was bad, wasn't it? Well, listen, that's kind of more or less from me. We'll be going on for 40 minutes. It's just David Moyes is going out with a bang. He's going to have a party every game. So expect a bit more of that in every game coming to the end, because it's the Moyes party, the Moyes street party. He wants you guys to have the most fun possible. That he's gonna leave memories behind, so you never forget Uncle Moisey. Everyone enjoy it. The next game's probably going to be 6, so make sure you got your party hats on. Call people around, do barbecue. It's going to be a Moyes masterclass with his squad of 12, and a couple of players might be on crutches. It'll be the first time ever in the history of football. A couple of players will be on the pitch with crutches on because they can't walk, but there's no one else. And Cornet will be on the bench for 92 minutes. So apart from me, I am going to wish you a good night and forget about West Ham. Have a good Sunday. Have a good Monday, and I'll catch up with you with the last word tomorrow. Take care. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, share if you haven't. The David Moyes party has just begun. Enjoy.